Hello, everyone. I think someone should tell these people to change their tactics. The same thing over and over again. People don't understand the scope. You understand the scope, don't they? So we have someone now who has come out and he has declared himself as the interim chairman of ADC. The same thing repeatedly all the time. You can't keep doing the same thing and then you expect that people won't learn or won't prepare themselves in that. So I'm taking this from a particular angle. It's a ex-Gombe ADC governorship candidate named self-interim National Party chairman. The Gombe State governorship candidate of the African Democratic Congress during the 2023 general election, Nafiu Bala, has alleged a leadership crisis which he noted was engineered by some individuals he described as political hooligans. He also has declared himself as the interim national chairman. How do you declare yourself? Declares himself as the interim national chairman of the party, stating, as the duly elected national deputy chairman of our great party, I now assume my constitutional duty and responsibility as the interim national chairman of our great party. Okay, so maybe what he's trying to say that since Herinwosu, the chairman of ADC, has resigned, then he himself, he's now supposed to be the one to take over as the deputy national chairman of the party. So he made this known on Thursday in Abuja during a press briefing where he accused former party leaders of abandoning their constitutional responsibilities and handing over the party structures to powerful outsiders with no ties to ADC. He also issued a public call to the Independent National Electoral Commission to urgently recognize the leadership a change and uphold the sanctity of the ADC constitution. So now they want to bring that INEC. You know INEC now. The only thing independent in INEC is that I before the neck. He said, I, Honorable Nafiu Bala, a bona fide member and a duly elected national deputy chairman of our party, the African Democratic Congress, wishes to draw the attention of the entire members of our great party and Nigerians at large to the ongoing acts of political hooliganism being perpetrated by some individuals who were hitherto entrusted with the leadership of the party. We are all living witnesses to the show of shame and acts of lawlessness being displayed by these unscrupulous leaders who, without any qualm or sense of moral restraint, plunge our party into a needless crisis and leadership uncertainty. Which can see your party that was just there, it's taking a hold, it's becoming this, and you are coming now. Hey, Abule part 2 or the Arab Bambi part 2. The idea of mortgaging the future of our great party by abdicating the constitutional duties and responsibilities of all elected officers of the party to some powerful outsiders who never belonged to the party is condemnable. Recently, the nation woke up only to be greeted by a shoddy rehearsed political melodrama in which elected rules were switched with certain groups of political strangers in order to facilitate the complete takeover of the party structures and its political appurtenances. I hope I got that pronunciation right. The total surrender and capitulation is with what's all this English for? The total surrender and capitulation is without any known precedent in our democratic journey to constitutional order. We are therefore strongly resolved and collectively determined to challenge this affront and ensure that the parties laid down rules and stipulated provisions are respected and strictly adhered to by those who belong to it. In case these individuals choose to ignore our urgent calls to obey our constitutional guidelines and thus remain very obdurate and recalcitrant in their aberrant behavior, we shall proceed with gusto to challenge these gross acts of impunity in the courts and bring them to justice. Do people think that when they put baby grammar, that means they are making sense or what? Because I don't understand. What are you using all this bamboozling all these words for? To what benefit? Just say what you need to say simply and clearly for people, to understand. He said it gives us enormous pain to inundate you with these scandalous happenings in our party, but we have been left with no other option to take in defense of our inalienable constitutional rights as evident by the prevailing situation we now find ourselves in the party. In the history of democracy all over the world, no party leader or any group of leaders have the power to arbitrarily transfer elected mandate or political authority to non-members who never belonged or contested for political office. He reaffirmed his commitment to restoring constitutional order and internal democracy within the ADC, adding that the constitution provides clear guidance for succession and filling vacant positions. He added, the constitution of our great party has made adequate provision as laid down in many clauses, articulating the succession guidelines and how even vacant positions should be constitutionally filled. In the circumstances and also in furtherance of my constitutional mandate as the duly elected national deputy chairman of our great party, I now assume my constitutional duty and responsibility as the interim national chairman of our party. And guess where this whole write-up I'm reading is coming from? The handle of Wike's assistant. I think it's Wike's media, that Lere Olayinka arrest one. That's how he's known on this thing. So, you know, they even carry the matter pass for their head. The same format all the time. It has become stale now. There was also something that someone had put out. Let me just quickly look for it right now. He said that this person had resigned, and there was even a letter, the letter of resignation. Where did I see that thing? I thought I did see that thing. You know, this is when you are not looking for the particular thing you're looking. That's when you will no longer see. I saw that letter where someone had said that he had resigned, that voluntarily he on his own he had written a letter of resignation. So how is he now coming now, way before this thing, coming now to come and say that all of this? And I did see. I wish. Oh my goodness, where did I see that particular thing? I'm just trying to see to bring it up. I actually put it aside as I was going to, talk about it. But I read it somewhere where they said he himself had resigned. So what is it that he's now coming to? But of course, there has to be a problem caused in these parties. It's the same format. But at the end of the day, everybody has to stand up, and everybody is standing up. So that's something there. I still haven't seen it. I'm still trying to get that. I'm not seeing it here. There's a different one. I'm not seeing it here. So, but there's this thing out there that this man has already resigned. So why is he making trouble? But of course, they need to make trouble because it is through making trouble that they are able to keep themselves relevant and also be able to cause all the troubles that they cause in those parties. So that's it. Before we just go now, I'd just like to take this moment to say thank you to everyone. Thank you to those of you that are always watching this channel, coming to check news, call me. I meet people on the street and they're like, oh, very cool. Even though up to now, a lot of people, I'm yet to meet someone who can actually pronounce it. It's not that difficult. Oh, very cool. And then when they're saying that, it's so funny that we're sort of like the Ovevekuve family. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.